Hey bakers, so as you can guess, it's time for some more baking with bitches. So today we're gonna make peach cobbler shortbread bars. So it's kind of like a lemon bar, but with peach cobbler. It's gonna be, trust the process. It is so good. All right, so here's what you need. Now, can you do this in a stand mixer? You can, but you're eventually gonna have to use your hands. So I just like to start off with my hands. All right, let me pause. I just realized my hair is down and you guys all get all like, she touched her hair, she touched the food. These are just for me. And maybe my family. Or just me. Preheat your oven to 375. All right, bakers, grab yourself a bowl. And in this bowl, you're gonna put 3/4 of a cup of white sugar and 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar. And you're gonna get 1 egg. And you're just gonna get this mix. Now this is gonna stay very grainy. Yes, this part I mixed with a fork. It's gonna stay grainy, and that's fine because there is way more sugar than there is eggs. You just want to kind of get all that sugar fully incorporated it, so it's kind of like wet, chunky sand. I know that is such an amazing visual for you, but it works. Okay, and then you're gonna put in 3 cups of flour, and you're gonna just get this nice mix. This is when I go in with my hands. Before you mix this, take 1 cup of ice cold butter and dice it up. Some people like to grate it with a cheese grater. I don't. I think it's a waste of time. Personal opinion, do what you want. But get your butter set, start mixing your eggs, sugar, and flour together. And when you are done mixing it, it should be like really grainy flour. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is now, some people say gradually add your butter. No, I just put it all in the damn bowl at one time. And with 2 hands, what you're gonna do is you're gonna just start breaking this down until it is super grainy and almost like a wet sand. And then, all right, bakers, when your cookie dough is all set, this is what it looks like. It's kind of like when you squeeze it together, it forms a solid shape. Otherwise, it is super crumbly. Now, after this process is done, I'm going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And with my fork, I'm just going to stir it in and break it up. Now, Bailey, why didn't you add it with your other ingredients? Well, because I find that mixing it in with like this when it is nice and grainy just tends to turn out to be a better shortbread. Can you put it in with your flour and your sugar? You can, but I prefer it this way. Again, it's all on preference. All right, so then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a cup of your cookie batter and put it in a separate bowl and set it aside. Bakers, now to prepare our sheet. Okay, so you can do this in a glass cookie Pyrex dish. I prefer it on a cookie sheet that's parchment lined. And like my loaf cakes, I measure the bottom and I make it so it fits perfectly in the pan with my creases. All right, so then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your entire your leftover cookie batter. Remember, I have my cup pulled aside. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna dump it in your tray and you're gonna spread it out evenly through your tray. Now, if you want a thicker cookie base, you can put it in a smaller tray. I like kind of a thinner cookie base. It's all on preference. All right, and then what you're gonna do is you're just going to pat it down so it's not grainy, so it's a solid piece. This is gonna take some time to get evened out. An easy way is to stick another cookie sheet on top and just press it down, because then they fit in, and I'll show you. So here's the tip and trick. So here's my batter. Here's a light cookie sheet. And all I'm going to do is put it in and press it down, because then I know every part of it gets pressed down and nice and firm. Oh, in one section pull up. Look at that. It fits perfectly where it belongs. And now I know everything is nice and firm in there. Okay, so next we are going to take our peaches and spread them evenly onto our cookie. So all my peaches are spread out on top of my cookie dough. And then the leftover cookie that we have, we are going to just crumble it, leave it crumbly, and we're going to sprinkle it on evenly to that top. So that way all of it gets a little bit of that crumble. So then you make this kind of like cookie, gooey, peachy, crumbly awesomeness. It is incredible. You can add some granola into this. You can add some cinnamon. There are so many amazing things that you can add to this part. Remember, make it you, make it yours, make it your own. I'll show you what I'm gonna add. My daughters love when I add a little bit of almond to this. Again, it's about what you like. Okay, so let me go get the granola and I'll show you how I make mine look. All right, so here I have our bin of homemade granola. Yes, it's homemade. Come on. And I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of on top because it's gonna add this just like crunch to it. And ours is just a honey oat granola, but it just adds, oh, it's so fun. Add almonds, add cashews, add granola, add cinnamon, add walnuts, add whatever you like. Remember, I just missed my mouth. It's what you like, not what other people like. You're the one eating this. You should enjoy it. All right, pop this into a 375-degree oven for about 25 to 35 minutes until the top of it starts to turn lightly golden brown. I'm going to show you what it looks like. The peach cobbler is done and sort of cooled. Okay, you guys, look at how stunning it is. Sexy. It's so good. Okay, but look at this. Look. Wish you guys could smell this. Okay, is it still hot? It is because I'm impatient and I want to eat it. Okay, the top is crumbly and just excuse me. Okay. Now, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but yeah, my horn's even loud. That was, the shortbread is so crumbly, buttery. That hint of salt that gives it little in the back of your mouth, but sweet at the same time and just flaky. And then the peaches on top, just sweet and juicy, and it kind of like gels and gets this just great. I would add more because I like peach, so I want peach to crust, but that's okay. And then the crumble on top, and then adding that granola, you get the crunch and the sweetness and the great. And seriously, you guys, I'm gonna make this again next because I have tart cherries that I just picked that I want to try this with cherry and peach. Ooh, and key lime. Oh, that'd be good. Ooh, and that's okay. Now, okay, brain working overtime, smoke coming out of ears. Try this recipe out, you guys. You will not be disappointed. Super easy, so delicious. You're gonna look like an amazing rock star. I wouldn't share it with anybody because I want to eat it all on my own. Try this recipe out, you guys. Let me know what you think because I'm in love.